No.
That's pretty cool.
My beard's probably not long enough for that.
Dude, he like braids it. It's really cool.
Oh, God. No, that's too much work.
It's flowy and it's nice.
Okay, I think it's this one. That looks right?
But whoa, with your DS, smack it a few times. What'll happen?
Is there just no sound here? Where's the
Oh, the
sound?
sound. I hear it.
I don't.
Cool.
Wait, oh, there we go. I hear it now. It was muted for whatever reason. Okay, so,
Two people of the same person was murdered in two different locations at the same time.
I gotta boost you. You're super quiet all of a sudden.
Oh.
Alright,
Two murders of the same person happened at the same time
yeah.
in two different spots. And we're trying to get in the evidence room, and we know that Marshall, the cowboy guy that you love, the voice, he's involved, along with the other nice lunch lady.
Oh, yeah. The lunch lady that nobody likes because she just hands out mountains of food to everybody.
And basically, they're against prosecutors because this game is implying that the court system is rigged and forged evidence.
Isn't it kind of, though?
It is, but in this game especially.
Oh. Alright then. So, if I remember correctly, we are at the part where we saved her by presenting more evidence that she may not have done it because the mess of the crime scene was all incorrect. And something about SL9, not related to DL6.
Yeah. And the SL9 is ending soon.
Yeah. So it's DL6 2.0 essentially. I think our next move that we must do is talk to him and ask him to grant us into the records room, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor.
Is it me voicing him or you?
I don't even remember. I think you voiced him.
Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked me for help.
I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Did I ask the wrong question?
Yeah. Now, Righto.
Actually, I'm sorry. I don't need to investigate it after all.
Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man?
Yes. Huh?
Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem.
Dude, what a nice guy.
So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. Just goes to show you, you never know until you ask. And for you, here, you can borrow this. Huh? Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir. It's an honor. You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. Hee hee. Or heh. It looks pretty cool on my... I can't read that because it's blurred.
Lapel? I think that's
Lapel, sure. Doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. We'll say lanyard. How about that? There you go.
Alright. You seem happy.
Yes, sir. Because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir.
I think this place is a bad influence on the girl.
Nah, she's fine.
Oh, he's gone now. Police department entrance. Oh, okay, I know where to go. Got it. Security guard office. Oh, we gotta use the card, I think.
I gotta examine the door.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And avoid the lasso trap.
The evidence room is beyond that door.
And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. Won't open.
Aha! The card reader is turned off, see?
What is that security guard thinking?
Oh, here we go.
Have fun.
Howdy, partners. Well, well, what's made my Bambina's skies so gray? Officer Marshall! Somehow I knew. What's that somehow I knew look for? As you may have surmised, I'm gonna sit here and cut my beard off with this super sharp knife.
So you could do that.
No,
You sound
God.
lazy.
Oh, God, no. Look,
Do that on your PC.
I saw James Bond do it once, and I'm...
We're here to investigate the crime scene.
Ellipses. Yeehaw. That card you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts.
Yeehaw.
Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's awaiting. But beep. Oh, looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. So we're gonna try
Give
and
him
talk.
the food.
Ahem!
Just, I know, I'm just saying. You know, you said he was not going to talk to us. I was wondering if we could talk to you.
Sorry, Bambina, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the white berries. Like a gunslinger loading his six-shooter, I say a little prayer.
What is that all about, Mr. Wright?
I think he was just too hungry to talk.
He's saying that because his stomach was growling. I have no idea what he was talking about either.
Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation pronto.
Just remember, the lady gave you a lunch.
No,
and she's dating this guy.
I know.
He's not gonna talk to you
No,
until you give him the food.
Oh,
Because
fine.
he's hungry. If it's just said to you.
I just... Look, I wanted to...
It was literally just said to you.
I wanted to make sure there wasn't any super secret dialogue. Here, take the steak lunch. That smell, reminds me of Texas.
So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas?
No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby?
Yeah, I'm a star.
What's this?
What? What's wrong?
A filet steak lunch. I see.
I don't see. I wonder what it means.
Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall.
And then we left Gumshoe to starve.
Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask...
It's like you when you eat on the mic.
Finally, it seems like...
He's willing to talk.
Okay.
Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right?
You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us, that poor little doggy, poor guy, I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look good, but I lost my fire for the job, you know.
So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy.
Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy.
It's good note taking there. There's no need for people here, anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take the machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know?
His star told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago.
It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire.
You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Star, aren't you?
That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it.
What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened.
There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case? That's right, the evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too.
Good old Edgy.
There's so much to talk about with Marshall.
Yep.
I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do.
Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen.
Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest one to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. Every few hours?
Yeah, I know, it's kind of ridiculous. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they the one, or are they on one of those tapes?
I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Dust the card reader by the door. Oh. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card passed through. It was 7777777.
Lucky guy.
So this is the ID card record. Oh, I think she's dead.
Sorry, interrupted. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before.
Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that.
Huh?
I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
So Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before.
Maybe there's some way I can prove the record is tied to the stabbing. Sorry, but could you explain what the whole transferal thing is about? We keep our evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the police station. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February.
See now.
Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever, dead. Never to be reopened again, never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Okay, I guess that's all we got to talk about.
Yeah, gotta figure out how to get that paper. Then Phoenix was like, maybe we have to prove a way that it's related. I don't actually know if you have something or not. See this? This is the victim's ID card.
Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 584-2189.
Officer Marshall, show us the ID number on that ID card report or record.
There it is! I see it! Ooh,
Look, the fourth number. It's a perfect match.
Could you imagine Phoenix just doing that? They pull it out and he's just looking at them like with his serious Phoenix face. He's like, there it is!
I can see it when you do it.
It was used at 5:14 right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world.
So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
But wait, what did Officer Meekin say? Oh god, no.
Yeah, that's you. I'm taking my headphone out.
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his card! So he asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me! Oh, please no. If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record.
That was easy.
Yeah,
I actually didn't think we had the evidence.
I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. But let's go into the evidence room first. Actually, does he have anything more to say? No, okay. Oh, this place is a dump.
I remember something that comes up on one of the cases, or not the cases, one of the days here, the trial days. I know is gonna annoy you. And it's regarding this room.
It's quiet. The investigation must be over here.
So this is the evidence room? It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me.
Hey, pal.
Eek! Whoa! She hit him.
Oh.
Sorry,
Rip.
I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Good timing on that. Oh, yeah, am I a nice guy? Yeah, I am. Go in. Evidence. Sure.
Yeah, it is true.
$50.
He's giving out $50.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot I was reading him.
Yeah, it's true.
So Chief of Police Gant.
Yes!
Loan anyone $50?
Yes!
Even me?
Heck yeah! Gumshoe's my favorite.
He's the best. Oh, that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today.
Just for today?
Boss for a day. Guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're the boss for the day.
Gee, thanks.
First of all, you'll want to have this.
Ooh. Let me look at it. What is this?
It's the layout of this room.
What is this?
It's the layout of this room.
Why do we need this?
It'll be important later.
This is just an L block from Tetris.
No. So, Detective Gumshoe, you're the boss for today? That's right, it's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? Sad ellipses. They're using our findings from yesterday's investigation to prepare for the trial.
In other words, Detective Gumshoe got kicked out of the investigation again. Oh, Phoenix, no. Oh, the poor guy's just having a rough time. He just wants to be a happy-go-lucky guy and dance with the thing outside the police department.
It's the Blue Badger. I'm adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. Now, my own evidence locker, pal.
You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe?
Haha, of course! I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open? I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now, right? We're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today.
I see.
I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case.
That case?
Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth.
Maybe we can get him to tell us more about that case.
This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so only one detective can open it.
Using the ID card?
Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. Sounds like a lot. Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint.
Those are some high-tech lockers.
And that's the only locker we can open.
Why are there two open then?
I don't know. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor. If the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. That's what happened. My hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people in the force who don't even know about the fingerprint locks.
I wonder. I wonder who that would be.
Two.
Okay, is there anything that we can present him with? Oh, no, not that. That thing. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing.
I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa!
This, you know, you have to say like you got something, like you got a pizza, or you know, like in the monkey cave where Ness is like, "Whoa, I got a pizza."
That's not exciting because it says your inventory is full. You have too much stuff.
Oh yeah,
You have to put it back. What is it? The second number.
It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe?
Mr. Edgeworth.
Ooh.
Plot thickens. What? second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? What?
Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room?
Oh man, Edgy, you're looking edgy. Hey, by the way, you can explore more to this room.
No, I know that.
Okay, just making sure.
The Gumshoe looks like he's gonna blow a gasket here or something.
No, just express Edgeworth now. His thing is on there.
I don't think there's anything else to give him, is there?
I don't know. You can try everything. You don't get penalized on these stuff. You might have more to say.
No, I checked. He didn't have anything else to say. Aside from not just showing him every single item that we have.
What is the solid paint doing here? Since the dawn of time.
Okay.
True art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here.
Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger.
Well, you might say this is my studio.
Here? In the evidence room? He's still angry. Oh no, he's got a disgruntled expression on him.
No, it's the Blue Badger. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces.
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps?
There you go, pal, making me out to look like some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from The Case. The Case? The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there?
Another piece of SL9 evidence. Oh. Oh, let's just look for other evidence. It's worthless. I wonder what shape these pieces...
Is it worthless?
I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke.
You wanna try and put it back together?
Heck yeah!
The illusion of choice. Ha! Good luck, pal. There's no job for amateurs. Or that's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry on a tube of glue.
A tuba? I know that.
Tube of glue.
Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place.
Have fun.
Okay.
This one took me a while. You basically have to find which one fits onto that one specifically.
Yeah.
Do you own any tuba glue? Novus asked.
Okay.
Sorry, Novus. Carl's a little occupied.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear him.
I only have... Actually, I don't have any guitar glue. Oh, that looks right. No. No. Yeah.
I didn't even know it was a thing either.
Well, it's more of like guitar glue is actually like wood glue. But there's not really tuba glue. Tuba glue would be like solder. That'd be the best definition of any sort of form of tuba glue. Maybe that one? No. That one. What? That's not it? Oh, it's that. It's that side.
Done goofed.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're missing a piece.
Huh? Well, I think we did it. Some of the pieces are missing. It only took me 2 minutes to do. Problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen?
I bet they were missing to begin with.
Still,
Wonder if we have it.
doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken.
Alright then. Let's examine the open locker. This is you.
I'm sorry, I'm an idiot cucumber. Look, this one's open, and there's an indicator tag still stuck on it. Or on it still. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint.
Detective Goodman's locker.
Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'll be hard to get it open again if we closed it.
It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere.
Someone left a glove here, but only one.
Detective Gumshoe, maybe?
Here you go, pal, making me look out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know.
You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. I don't think there's anything else to examine, maybe? Yeah.
Oh, there's two things that bother me. One, why are the summer pieces missing? Two, does it seem a little unstable?
I thought we read this.
No wonder it broke. No, it's like a different way of it.
Oh. I'll make sure to remember the next time I make a jar. Well, what's this? Blood.
It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here.
It looks like someone tried to wipe it off.
So Wright, if there are other bloodstains left, or what if there are other bloodstains left in the room?
We should use our testing fluid to check it out. Okay,
You're examining. Allow me to say one thing. Speaking as a detective, I think this is a bad option. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing.
That's fine.
Bet it's fine, pal.
How do we...
I think you just have to examine the room for more blood.
Oh. I don't see any more.
There is something you haven't checked yet on the other side.
Actually... Oh, no, okay. Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here.
What's a sorry fishing? What a sorry fishing pole that is. Ah, that's my personal pole. Never did get around to using it. You did.
Wait, I've seen that somewhere before.
Right, pal. That's the metal detector.
Hey! It's our good friend. He helped us a lot in
That one.
the DL6 incident.
Mm-hmm. The one that led to solving that case on Gore Lake, remember?
Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before.
Oh, that's a radio locator. Sure it'll come in handy in solving some case sooner or later.
It better. That cheap-looking box?
You can't judge a person or machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart.
Yeah, it's funny he says that, because, like... when you open up a Nintendo cartridge, and it's like a quarter of the size of the entire cartridge.
You mean like when I first opened my Switch box? I was actually surprised by the little chip.
There's something sticking out of here.
Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case.
I don't know, let me get you some water.
That's what caused this.
I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here.
There you go, pal. Making me out to look like some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was open recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. Guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging around a lot too.
I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. Oh, that was cold.
If you're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Poor Gumshoe. Uh-oh, here we go. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner.
That looks like a car door.
There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame.
Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away.
Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing.
He's been shot square in the forehead.
Better him than us.
Okay, what else am I missing here?
I actually don't remember how to use the spray. Can you go to the court record from the screen? Yeah, spray. There you go.
Oh man, handprint.
I knew it. This is someone's right handprint. What?
What's the matter, detective?
It's locker. It's mine. It's yours? Please. You have to help me. When you come and take me away. I was gonna testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You do that for me, won't you, pals?
This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans.
I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police.
He is the police.
What? But you're a detective. Start spraying.
That was a lucky guess.
Yeah, it was. Why am I getting a reaction here?
There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant.
Hey. That's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? Called luminol testing fluid. How'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. Just borrow $50 from the chief. Oh, it's you.
Where do you get this stuff, Emma?
I always buy it by mail order.
Well, I'd better jot this down on the floor plans.
So now you know the purpose of your floor plans.
I guess. Gonna run out of fluid on the bottle here.
It's infinite.
Ooh. There's a big death over here. There must have been a massive amount of blood here. I've never seen so much before. I'm not a professional, but what's your opinion, detective?
Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman. It's actually an alien. Why not? I mean, what if he was? Oh, come on. Hold on, this is important now.
You done goofed.
This proves that something really happened in front of this locker.
I'll make a note of it on the floor plans.
Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. It's true.
Oops.
Wow, your DS screen. I didn't know it was resizable. How'd you do that?
I didn't want to. Hope I didn't mess everything up.
No, you're fine. At least on my end. I think that's it.
Yeah.
You still gotta talk about why Edgeworth's thing was on there. Let's present him a bunch of stuff.
Trying to think what would be even worthwhile.
Oh, this is bad. I could be wrong. You might have just found everything here. I don't know, but it's up to you if you want to go through everything.
I don't know what else we're supposed to be doing at this point. I don't know what we're trying to accomplish.
No, we found some blood. Yeah, looked around this room. I found out Edgeworth's thing was on that list. And the blue badger. Maybe go visit Edgy.
That's not a bad idea.
I remember last time we tried, he was gone.
The High Prosecutor. Oh, yeah. It's time. Where's that grump face? Oh.
Well, this place is certainly tidy today.
That's certainly a grump face if I ever saw it. And it will be tidy tomorrow, too. Incidentally, he's not here.
I'm sure he's off doing important investigations.
I hope that's what he's doing.
Huh?
I guess we'll have to come back.
Oh, no.
Boring.
Probably means you have to present stuff to people. I haven't tried gumshoe first.
No. Evidence room.
That's the victim, Detective Goodman's ID card. These days, everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax.
That's only because you always lose your card.
I almost forgot my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to?
Detective Gumshoe, rebel against the system.
Hey, that's it! That's the King and Prosecutor's Award that Mr. Edgeworth got recently.
Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself.
Ah, congratulations.
I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. Tell you what it is later.
Apparently, he's forgotten.
Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife. Huh. What would drive Chief Prosecutor's guy to do such a thing? Sad ellipses. Wait, I mean, sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have, someone who must have had a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. I thought this was something different, sorry. Detective Goodman's note and a switchblade knife. But Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone.
Because of the SL9 connection?
That's what Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, 2 years ago. Or that was, sorry. Well, it's the first time when the world knew Edgeworth was the man I feared. Or was a man to be feared, sorry.
But why would evidence from the case turn up now?
Guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. That's the photo that Miss Starr took.
Anything you can tell us about it?
And Miss Starr is quite the lady. Well, I remember it was winter. I was 16. She was the only one who ever got me to talk about what happened. 16? That's not how old I am. I wonder what happened.
I wonder if Detective Gumshoe wore a trench coat in high school, too.
Probably.
That would just display the other one.
Yeah. Can't open the locker if your fingerprint doesn't match. If you can open it, they'll give you 50 cents.
They'll give you 50 cents?
No, the police department lacks faith in its lock system. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. Okay, Novus.
I don't think he's got anything else to say.
Present the Blue Badger.
Oof.
And that was a bloody, violent case.
Violent, so is a murder.
Serial killing.
Serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all.
The killer made a mistake, and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started a rumor mill.
Rumors? About forged evidence?
It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transferal the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So that switchblade knife.
The victim took the
knife? Oh, that's you.
The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself.
Hey, pal, look at the time.
Was there something you needed to be going to?
Just the Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm gonna go give him my report for the day. Might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer?
The one that says nothing but no problems?
Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him.
Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe?
I'm off, pal. Later.
Alright then. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say too.
I'll speak to Edgy now.
Oops.
You went back into the evidence room.
Look, the navigation in this game actually sucks.
And it was like originally on Game Boy, so
I don't care. It sucks. Just have a crappy overworld map thing, and it'll be good. Underground parking lot. Cause why do I have to go to the underground parking lot first to go?
Because you have to go in order through doors.
That's fine, but it should be called like the Edgeworth place, the parking lot to the Edgeworth place. Here he comes. Where's the grump face? Well, that's not Edgeworth.
Oh, gas. Oh, that's fine. You can do it.
You've been reading for quite a bit here.
Thanks. Have fun being fancy.
Ah, guests. My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here?
There, standing by a window, or the window, a teacup in his hand.
There he is!
It's you.
He has the hotel bring him tea service?
Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? Precisely.
By the way, Detective Gumshoe is looking for you.
Oh yes, he brought me some information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow.
I think the report is on the other side, Edgeworth.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him.
What is that face?
It's his attempt at smiling.
So how did the inquiry committee go?
Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time, again.
Again?
I've heard them say that so many times. Ever since that case 2 years ago.
Are you okay for the trial tomorrow?
Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However,
Something happened.
they gave control to the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the chief of police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results.
I see.
Why, I ask you? Why? All along, I have done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still.
Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. It's like he's edgy or something.
Now you present stuff. Spray the luminol in his face. See the blood of his enemies on him. Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea? Yes, tea.
I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me more about the case.
So right, Mr. Edward just told you no in a very polite manner.
Whose side are you on anyways? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him.
Yeah, you just did. You showed him the best evidence you have.
That's what I thought, you know? Oh, right. I'd better check this now.
As I was saying, hi.
Uh-oh.
What's this? A record of ID card usage?
Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Hmm?
Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that.
Uh-oh.
I was asked to go, by Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for the case that wrapped up half a year ago. Told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office.
But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed.
Chief just never wanted to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. May I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case.
Now I'm curious about this other case. I'd better make a note of it. Unrelated evidence. Screwdriver added to court record.
Stubborn as always, I told you this has nothing to do with the current case.
Okay, at this point right now, I'm going to do the smartest thing, which is to...
Freak your DS out? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, dude.
Right?
Just smack the DS a bit.
Oh, okay, so, what else we got? Tell us about this unstable jar. Uh-oh.
I don't want to. Right, please. Oh, I was gonna say something very bad on your stream and I won't. It's the same.
Oh.
You suck.
What a big grump. Maybe he's got nothing else to talk about.
Never know.
Oh, come on! And then we never figured out why the shield was broken.
No, Gumshoe said he'll talk to you later.
Maybe we gotta go back and talk to Chief Gant. Oh, she's gone.
She dipped.
No. He's gone. Anybody in the evidence room? Okay, so it's got to be Edgeworth. Right?
I'd assume so.
Alright, back to the... Oh, no, if you don't like Edgeworth?
He's just very fancy. You'll like him later in games.
You know, part of me wants to finish this just so I can watch the show.
The anime?
Yeah.
I'll watch that with you. That's good. I'm one of the few people who think it's very, very good.
Everybody else thinks it sucks.
It's because they compare it to other animes and they think the animation is bad, but I also think it's fine. It's very loyal to the games.
Maybe we gotta examine something in here.
Hey! A chessboard!
I'm not too up on my chest, but it looks like Blue's in a bit of a tight spot.
The Red Knights have surrounded the Blue Pawn.
Huh?
The forces are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. Check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edwards must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair. Nah, it's nothing.
If you want such a prestigious reward, why would you just leave it on the couch?
Better this than that giant steel samurai. Edgeworth has always been like that.
Really? Yeah, I should write this down. Tell me what he was like as a kid.
Back in elementary school, he won awards for all kinds of things. Speech contests, essays, playing the flute, golf. He's a flutist? What a geek! What a loser!
Wow. You're witnessing it here, folks. A musician being judgmental to another musician. A musician drama. That doesn't exactly sound like typical elementary school stuff.
but he always hated receiving awards. He'd make some smart remark like, I know the path I've walked, no one else needs to tell me. That's how he's always been.
Kinda gets under your skin, doesn't it?
Fucking speed, high speed! That? Our work desk is quite tidy as one might expect.
What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. Polish so high I can see my own reflection.
Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe?
Maybe I'll name the plaque, or maybe I'll take the name plaque as a souvenir.
Don't. He'll sue you.
Can you present profiles in this one? I forgot.
No. It's only the evidence, I think.
That's a later game thing then.
Oh, a battle has ensued. Oh, Nov is killed Speed. Good job, Nov. Oh.
I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right?
It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident, and some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in.
You were the man who revived the worst memory of my life, as I recall. I figure I'd be telling you about this sooner or later.
Bad memory. He's talking about the murder in the elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Alright. No, don't go,
Yes,
Speed.
What?
No killing Speed.
The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant.
Oh. That wacky old coot was involved in that case 2 years ago, too, then?
He was the best we had, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth?
What I want to know is why it was a deputy chief of police on the investigation.
In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murder. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict, and the killer was executed.
Executed? Wait, you didn't.
Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I did do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code that I follow, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? You still working on that scientific investigation? Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today Mr. Wright and I were using this. Luminal testing fluid. Hmm? Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. Adhesion, yeah. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemies, you know. We're the enemy. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will.
Edgeworth, I'm really...
No need to thank me. Here, take your powder and these fingerprints files for everyone involved.
Thanks! How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well?
Well, let's get going. One last investigation.
Right! I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. I get this concerning thought that in order to use this stuff, I have to blow into the microphone.
Yeah, that's a safe bet. That's a good thing your microphone works.
Sure. You bet.
Because why wouldn't it work
crap.
on your Nintendo DS?
Oh yeah, you bet.
I mean, unless you like stuff like Play-Doh or something in it, but you wouldn't do something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, can I see your DS for a second? Is it all ready to go?
Hold on. It's gonna be fantastic.
Hey!
I don't even know what button it is.
Oh boy. Well, it's a microphone, so you shouldn't have to push a button.
Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint.
Here, and this blood on the detective's evidence locker.
Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Oh boy.
Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger.
A finger?
Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose a finger that will have left behind the clearest print.
I really can't tell the difference at a glance.
Quit procrastinating and choose a finger.
That finger.
Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. What's wrong with your DS? What's happening?
Nothing. This is it has a chunking issue right now.
Why right now? It's like you played this before and you knew this was gonna happen.
Oh, thank goodness there's microphone samples that you can use.
That's boring.
What's the button though? Where's tools? Control config. Hotkey? Microphone, it's disabled. Shift. Or some space. Okay, we're good, I think. We'll see what happens here. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. Oh, Katie's dead. She gone. How you guys doing out there?
Okay. First, we sprinkle aluminum powder around.
Huh? How do you do that?
Just touch the screen. See?
Ah. It looks like that did the trick.
The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess.
Huh? How do I do that?
You just blow with your breath. Right, Carl?
Yeah.
Imagine you're blowing at the candles on a birthday cake.
Wow, that looks fun. It might take some getting used to, though. She died.
Fine.
Oh, no, we're good.
It won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright.
Guess I'd better give it a try. Alright.
When I first played this, I literally covered the whole entire screen.
That's what I was gonna do.
It's pretty satisfying. Just don't go back by accident.
I feel like...
I just imagine like Phoenix like doing this and he's just dumping the whole jar out. Just blows.
I feel like I'm Speed Slasher painting a picture in Mario Paint.
Looks more like you're erasing it. Alright, ready? Ready? Take a deep breath in. Ready?
Okay.
Ready? Deep breath. Go. That looks like this is just bleached. Yeah, you did it. But this looks like nothing like a fingerprint.
That's me!
Fine.
It looks nothing like a fingerprint.
Now that you mentioned it, I guess it does. It looks like an egg.
What does it mean?
I think it means we're out of luck.
Out of luck?
The person who left his handprint must have worn gloves.
Ugh. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here.
Calm down. It's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. Also, it's tutorial because you have another hand you can check out. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for the other prints?
Other prints?
You have to lock the door again closely. Just 2 more! Seems there are other fingerprints on the outside of the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can get a clear print.
Fingerprints outside of the blood.
Oh boy, here we go again.
No, I'm not gonna do it again.
You might have to cover it more. You have to cover it more.
Really?
Yep.
Ugh.
Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling.
Dazzling.
Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away.
So we're not done yet? This is quite a process.
There's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right?
I guess she's right.
Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth. And point out the person you think left these prints.
Huh? How am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to know who it was?
I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints will we most likely find on this evidence locker?
He's 65?
Yep.
Man.
No, you can see like the picture when you're scanning it. You don't have to choose it.
It's a miss.
No match.
God, how am I supposed to guess what whose they are?
Isn't it obvious? Bloody handprint and the fingerprints are on different places, right? I already said this. That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. They most likely belong to the owner of this evidence locker.
Whose locker is this again?
I don't know, whose is it? Something wrong?
I was just thinking, if you're so sure who it is, why don't you match the fingerprints?
Mr. Wright, this is a tutorial. I was doing this for your benefit so you'd learn.
Fine! Let me think. Who could have left these prints?
You can just click the profile and compare them.
I guess you're right. Ooh. Oh.
Aha! So the prints belong to Detective Gumshoe.
Why did they have to show the grumpy picture of Detective Gumshoe?
Because he's always grump.
guess.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Gave me this so what look.
I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what?
Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright.
Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. Scooch on over here. It was this one, wasn't it?
Yes. There was a handprint here, because you didn't read your first line.
Yeah, shh.
Okay, wanna try using this?
There goes her eyes sparkling again. Let's leave it be. Okay, let's check for prints.
That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first.
What?
The area with the blood was wiped away, right?
We only ended up finding it using chemical means.
Any prints in this area has been wiped away, or any prints in that area will have been wiped away too.
Oh, right. So that means no prints.
Would you say that the probability of your hypothesis is high?
But don't ask me.
Anyways, we might try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Or we must try.
Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Am I doing something wrong?
No?
Guess we have to examine there.
Well, she did say, other than the wiped away hand.
Alright, here we go.
You just inhaled all that.
Yeah, I did. Nope. Nope. Probably.
Uh-oh.
That's such a nice sound. I like that sound. Hey, these fingerprints, they...
Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know?
It's Officer Marshall.
Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? It's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime.
Emma. This are decidedly different from... Is that a typo?
That's probably a... Yep, that's a grammatical error.
These
Hey,
are decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. What's up, Pesdy? The luminal reaction, the blood, and the fingerprints are in the same place.
Oh, well.
So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain.
So why would Officer Marshall?
It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence.
I don't believe it.
To be continued. Wow, we finally finished that chapter and it only took an hour and a half longer to do.
You know. You gotta get the Play-Doh out of your mic. Alright, do we want to keep going? That's you.
I don't know how much longer this... Is this the last segment here?
I think there might be one more, but I don't know. Let me check.
Oh, wait, hold on, Pesdy, I got you. Hold on. Hold on. I got you, man. All right.
This is the last. Yeah, we just did the last investigation.
So this is the
This
last.
is the last trial.
Okay. So I guess we'll just go for it then.
The trial's long though, but yeah, we can.
All right.
So what do you think, Mr. Wright?
I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all. Oh, that's
After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested on the other crime scene. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed.
I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning.
We have just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So, how'd it go? Just as Mr. Wright suspects, the police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. Plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret. I'm as much in the dark about this as they are.
Miss Sky.
Huh?
We discovered traces left by a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall.
Found Officer Marshall's traces?
Bloodstained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you?
In order to defend my sister, you're gonna have to accuse, let's just say Dr. Marshall. Mr. Marshall?
We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky?
Do you have to? Right.
February 21st, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 9.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Prosecution is...
I'm afraid you'll have to clarify.
Takes 30 minutes by car to reach Criminal Affairs Office or the prosecutor's office. The victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time.
But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
Yes, and the body actually reappeared in the trunk of Miss Edgeworth's car.
Wow, this is one messed up trial.
One of my duties as a prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder of the police department. In doing so, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. But that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He stands so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself.
And that's supposed to be an admirable trait?
Very well, let's let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand.
And for his
For
first
its
trick...
first witness, the prosecution calls... I can read.
I said for his first trick. It was a joke on his words.
Suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department.
The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer?
Oh no, not him. Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go.
Everyone, turn your audio
No,
down at
not
this
him.
point.
No, I don't want to know.
Will the witness please state his name and occupation as I take my headphones out?
Yes, sir. I am Officer Mike Beacon, sir. My occupation is that would be murderer, sir.
His face is frozen, realizing what he just said. He realized what he said, and he's like,
Yeah, can the game
"Oh,
just end?
she."
Can we just end the game now? This is it. And so, the murderer was actually found as Officer Meekins. Phoenix was confused as ever, winning the case for Lana Sky. Edgeworth quit being a lawyer because he just couldn't take it anymore.
Edward was just mad.
So you're telling us you're a professional killer?
Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir.
Actually, what we'd like to hear is...
Sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir. A person with actions adults can't possibly comprehend.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir.
Officer Meekins.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Justice. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order.
Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told to do, sir.
Oh, this game is so self-aware. I love it.
Oh my god.
This game is great. I love this game so much.
What? I don't want to reread the testimony. You're only getting it once. It's bad enough that I'm going to have to do the testimony and then we're going to have to press on everything.
You can't fault it for lack of enthusiasm.
Oh. No, I don't want to do it. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life, then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. Well, at least it was quick.
So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you?
Do to undo the others before they undo unto you! That's the Meekins family motto, sir!
I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness.
Yes, sir! He knocked me upside the head, sir!
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
What I need here is more info to work with.
But he's part of the generation that needs to be told what to do.
Alright. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir! I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir!
Unbelievable.
Oh, thanks for the bid speed, appreciate it! Yikes, now there's a scary thought.
Evidence transfer was taking place on the same day of the crime, which means that many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed.
I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir!
The Blue Badger?
Yes, sir, the lovely police mascot created by the head detective, sir! Aw, there he is. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transfer process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir.
I see. Sounds like a very important mission.
After the award ceremony finishing that day, there was so many people running around that I really go to the Blue Badger to the evidence room.
Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room.
Tell us, what did you see when you got there?
In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir! I have one right here around my neck! So then, your ID number should be listed in here, right? Is he 7 sevens? There it is! I found it! This is the one right here!
Could you please read us the number?
Yes, sir! It's 498-9596! That's my number, sir! I see, huh. But the number 498-9596 is shown being used twice.
Please explain, witness.
It's no real mystery, sir! The first time is when I relocated Blue Badger to the evidence room, and the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down!
I see, so it was during that second time when...
Yes, sir! That was when I spotted the man on the security screen! So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir! A knife!
Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you? What happened then?
Well, with me charging in on him like that, you would look as surprised as I was. You weren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir! I swung my arms like an octopus struggling to detain him. That's how I got the gash on my hand. I should try reading those, like the seashells by the seashore with that voice.
Oh, please no. Maybe you just kept your cool. Maybe you kept your cool. Your hand wouldn't be.
When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. What exactly do you mean when you say did it? I know I don't look like the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched the knife from him. You took his knife?
Kung Fu Cop. Where have you heard that from before?
I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. I see. He must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of blood, and then the next thing I knew...
Yes?
He punched me right in my face, sir! Oh, I'm not gonna have a voice for band tonight.
Nope. Have fun. You wanted to do this.
People are gonna be like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you talk?
And you can only talk like this.
Yeah. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right.
According to a report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30.
He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up carrying tears of pain.
Crying.
That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is.
When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir, the Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of the hand. Well, we can all rest easy now.
I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened.
Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim?
He's got a point.
Yes, Officer Meekins?
With regard to that, sir, Take a look at this. It was sent to my cell. Chief Cat delivered it to me just this morning. Uh-oh.
Chief?
Delivered it?
What is that? A videotape?
Enjoy.
Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room.
Ow.
Oof.
I wanted to try it. But I specifically asked if there was such a tape. It was told it has been mistakenly erased.
That's quite a mistake.
I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever.
Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim.
Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. The video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into?
You might want to do your handy dandy save mechanic.
Why?
This is where it gets difficult.
Okay, so there's Goodman, presumably. Okay, he's opening up. Stuff fell out of his locker. There's Meekins. Wow, he was stabbed first. I can stare at that picture all day. Can I get that framed? I'll just hang it in my room.
Sure. You can have, like, including the ellipses part too, the text box.
Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us?
What the hell was that ringling piece of plywood?
Sir, that's the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly?
Yes, well, anyways, this tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter or someone in the evidence room, and some sort of activity did take place.
Your Honor, instead of rallying on clearing clearly incomplete footage, I'm sorry, relying, I realize, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins?
Yes, sir, as you wish, sir. Oh, again. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprints to do. The locker he opened is unquestioningly Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it.
What's this about a fingerprint?
Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to.
Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination.
I don't know where this cross-examination will lead. Everything gives me... Oh, man.
Oh, I am so sorry. I misread the thing I was looking at. No, there is one more day of investigation and one more day of trial. I apologize.
Just keeps going on and on and on.
But this one is short. This is the last of the first part of the trial. And then you have just one more and then it's done.
Yeah, okay. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe I would be classified as the latter. Latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not?
More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you?
Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when going with them, you know, you see. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. Still, I'm sure it was him. I bet my badge on it. But you don't know that for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label people as having seen or not seen it.
Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it.
Why is everyone looking at me? If I had the label our stairs or as disturbing or...
Meekins,
Eek!
having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods.
Speak for yourself, Edgeworth.
Please be more certain when you testify.
Yes, sir.
Claim that the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you're positive it was him.
About these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he tried.
If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to.
Exactly my point, sir. And this too. How do you know that information? I've heard rumors, sir, from people in the know, sir. People in the know? The workers in the department cafeteria, sir, they keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir. Edgeworth. Oh, Edgeworth's dead. The end. I'm hungry. I want food. It's amazing how she disappears like that. I didn't even hear her, like, mute herself or anything, and usually there's, like, a little click. Oh, she's gone. She's dead. Like, she just... Oh. Uh-oh. That's why. Okay. Well, I guess we'll take this second here to just save. Put this under 9. Welp. Didn't even know she was gone. I've been doing all the reading so lately that's like... Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, she's back online. Probably trying to reconnect as we speak. Speed with the door, walking, and female sign emojis. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Well, at least it's giving me a chance to rest my voice for a second, because, like, it really was starting to die there for a second. For a moment. For a momentary. Your friends are sending you great dishes for foods. That spaghetti is on a shovel. That's... Why? What are we gonna have? Awkward Wednesday podcast? I don't even know what that is. That looks like goop. Is that a what? What is that a skull of? What is that, Speed? Like a Rathalos. I miss playing Monster Hunter. I want to play more Monster Hunter again. I had fun playing Monster Hunter 3. Just goofing around in that game. I was kind of... Oh, I thought the progression system in the original try was alright, but the controls just kind of sucked and the game was too hard. And, every time I play 3 Ultimate, I feel like I just do missions and that's it. Guess I'll put this like on, I don't know, bath. She's in the bathroom, yeah. Oh no, Clyde has logged me out of the call. How disappointing. So you love the old Monster Hunter games, but you're not going to touch that trash anymore. That's what you're saying. Well, I mean, the PSP, like, it just... You know. Oh, yeah, no, Pesty, I already set a custom status on Discord myself. I'm winner. Because we won 2 games of Counter-Strike last night. So there's this map on Counter-Strike, and no joke, it's the funniest thing. We were like kind of fed up because we lost like 4 in a row. And so there's a map called Agency, which is, it takes place, I think, in some sort of, it's an agency of some sort. You know, high tech, requires like security checkpoints and stuff. There's one section in there that is literally called, they call it Beeper, and it's a metal detector. And every time you walk through it, it just beeps once. And so it's kind of, it's really hard to walk through there, honestly, because, you know, it lets the enemy know that you're on your way into that area. So we just, but it's like concealed in its own little room. So you can't, like, by trying to walk into Beeper, you're not going to just get, like, sniped in the face or anything like that. So we decided that for our opening move strategy, it was me, Rob, Brian, and Evie with some rando. We literally walk into Beeper, and we just walk around the Beeper for like the first like 30 seconds to 45 seconds. I mean, we were just making obnoxious noises with this stupid Beeper as we're going through, and then somehow we won that match. How are you doing?
You doing what?
I was talking about a round of Counter-Strike that we played last night.
Oh.
Where we basically, instead of like trying to I'd have to explain the story again, man.
It's okay, tell me later.
Alright. Alright, so what happened?
My nets has been kind of dropping randomly every so often.
So you're up.
For the record, the open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source.
So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprints.
However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir! If I may say something, sir!
Please do. After all, you are the one being examined.
I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. Hello, Gilbert Spider. How are you doing today?
Okay.
I mean, it was his hand that opened his fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust the knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir.
Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie.
That is. Unless the defense can find a problem with it. That's right. Let's check out the court record again.
Is there a problem with the security video?
Your DS is doing it again.
Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange.
Strange?
This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not be Detective Goodman.
What? The video contains such a contradiction?
Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
I propose we have the defense point out to us the alleged contradiction in the video. Have fun.
He would want me to point it out too. What a jerk, Edgeworth.
Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect the piece of evidence.
I propose to you, my honor.
I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of.
I have to point out a problem in the video. This is the first time I've ever had to do this. Ahem!
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading chat. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing.
Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching the video. All right, guys. 12-hour marathon of watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer?
Would you guys rather 12 hours of the video loop or one loop of the Zelda movie? Take your pick. Good choice, guys.
Now then.
The Garudi.
Now then, Mr.
There's
Wright.
actually...
Please
Mr.
enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may be Detective Goodman?
Have fun.
Right here. It's right here. It's right here. That's the evidence. I still want to present that.
You saved. You saved us now.
Oh, come on. We got to do it. The thing that's strange about this video would have to be this.
Hold on a second, I need to use my eye drop. Well, I don't get it.
Would you mind if I borrowed your eye investigation?
Don't look at me with those bleary eyes.
Before your eyes get too teary, perhaps you should think this through again,
Let's play the video again. Very well, let's try this again.
You didn't get penalized.
No, I didn't.
Just remember one thing, Mr. Wright. Every time you point your finger, someone gets hurt. But he's the one pointing his finger.
I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of.
Okay, yeah, we did this. Blah 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 blah. All right, there we go. Presumably Detective Goodman.
Perfectly placed flag right there.
No kidding. That's Meekins for sure.
You need to look at his face. Rewind a bit. It's just like he's serious AF.
He is.
He's out for blood. There is something you didn't see. Rewind a bit. I'll help you out because, you know, this is annoying. You notice, watch his shoulder. One with the knife. The fishing rod did it.
Was it?
No, I was just reading the chat, but like his shoulders get super bloody.
Yeah. Was he actually stabbed?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Meekins. Meekins was stabbed.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got stabbed in the hands. That's why his hand's bandaged.
Okay.
They just censored it in a Nintendo way and made it same way.
Would this be it because he's raising his hands and I didn't want to hurt you?
No. Maybe. I don't remember. I'll have to walk through again.
Well, I can't get penalized, right?
No, you can't.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, Judge has to use his eye drops again.
I tried. Round 3, fight.
I hope you like the song.
I'm gonna make a music box out of this.
Oh, I know what the first one was, and actually this is the one that actually made me struggle to realize what was going on. Okay. All I'm gonna say is don't pay attention to the people. Because, yeah, that's, yeah.
That's really nice that they have that click and hold to resume and pause functionality.
Yeah, I remember this, so it took me forever to find it. Do not watch the people. People is meant to mislead you. See ya, Meekins!
That wouldn't be it, would it?
The glove? You try.
Is that what that is? The thing that is strange about this video has got to be this! Yes, that is strange. Something certainly seems unnatural about this. What could it mean?
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Wright. But you seem to have forgotten the point of this exercise.
The point?
What you're looking for is only one thing, and one thing only. Something that indicates that the man may not be Detective Goodman.
Oh, yeah.
Whew, I almost walked right into that defense trap.
Actually, I think it's because you have to choose something before that one because that option was right.
Wait, what?
That's the second option you have to pick after. Because that is definitely one of the options you pick.
Oh, there's two options?
Like, it's an ordered thing.
Oh.
You have to pick something before that one, apparently.
So I did this out of order.
Apparently.
Oh, okay. I'll place them under arrest, sir! Rats. I need to
I honestly didn't remember.
I need to slow down and tackle these things one piece at a time. Now, what do I do? Okay, so there's something before that happens?
Yeah. You can actually see it in this frame.
On this frame? It's not that thing back there, is it?
I don't even know what that is. It's clearly the eyes of the blue badger as he's about to strike his victim.
Oh, there's a handprint on there. That's not it, is it?
No. I don't think it is. This is for you, Pesty.
Why is the blue badger's... Why is he broken?
Because he's put together from scraps of wood. Gumshoe's cheap. Can't afford things.
So you're saying it's definitely something here?
Yeah. That's your only hint.
It's gotta be that. So the locker was already open. The thing that
I only helped.
The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins.
Hey, hold on, before you scream, hold on. I only helped because it took me literally like 2 hours to figure it out. Because it's such a long video.
Yeah.
That you can like spend like hours, so it's fine. Don't worry.
Sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If the print matches the registered data, the light turns on and the lock is released.
They didn't actually tell you that. They just said that it opens to your fingers.
According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture.
Bye, Blue Badger. Look at him, he's very happy.
When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier.
Blue Badger's eye looks like it's infinitely crying. The left one.
Yeah, it does. Here, notice the light?
What's this? It's already lit.
Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already opened before the victim grabbed the handle. Ah!
Nice. Yeah, it's very lit.
Order! Order! What is the meaning of this?
It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime.
But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When the door is shut, the sensor is triggered. And the locker is automatically locked.
Oh, I know. It must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert in this.
That's not exactly. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would have detect that. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction.
Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation?
Me, Your Honor?
Yes. Why wasn't the locker locked?
Me, Your Honor. Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator?
Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the electronic system?
Something jammed the sensors. Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video.
Yeah, I thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage, almost like you presented it earlier already.
Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the cause for this.
You almost missed it.
Shut up. Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Oh, come on, guys. Let's go here.
What's this? Something white fell out of the locker.
But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I haven't fallen roll great distance. We can't be sure. That item was in the locker to begin with.
What do you mean?
The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door?
Inserted?
I hope you like seeing this video over and over.
Do I have to use the microphone?
Yes, right now.
The white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my police vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me.
Oh, I'm so sad.
But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door.
Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator.
Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene?
There's just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator you don't mean? I think I finally got this figured out.
Very well, will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was the insulator that was stuck in the locker door?
It was my badge! I did it!
I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove.
But we can't be sure that this was in the victim's locker.
It has a tag that says SL9 incident.
Ugh.
The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir, it would appear so, sir!
Order. So, are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman?
Not be misled, Your Honor.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this.
What?
Officer Meekins, please testify about this.
Sir? Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke?
Very well, begin with your test. Oh, no. Oh.
It's okay, you're getting there.
He's gonna keep showing up. He's gonna be in the other games, too.
Yep.
There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. Just change voice actors in between seasons. That's too good.
Oh, Fizzy, you win a bonus cookie for that one. Animes do it all the time.
An ID card record. I see.
I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. See, now I need to be Phoenix next season and you be Edgeworth.
Who's 777777? Some jerk
At
put that on there.
420.
Yeah, at some point. Gosh darn it.
Oh, the ID used at 514 is that of the victim.
Just before the crime. Yes, without a doubt this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room?
This particular evidence room is only used for storage, for storing certain special cases.
Special cases.
Extremely violent cases involving police staff. How convenient. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference.
There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon.
God, sorry.
Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination.
Oh. It never ends. So, unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be rock solid, do you? Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give you the V for victory sign, sir.
Couldn't he just use his right hand for that?
Let's hear him out. The witness can't afford to make any more mistakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some hair just like went in my mouth.
Nice. That's attractive.
Is that card hanging from your neck one of those ID cards? Yes, sir. This card right here next to my cuff, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget. Well, what if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Put me to sleep. Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck in the car door when I get out? Well, the remaining time, my ID gets stuck. Instead of the... Oh. Maybe I should just leave this one alone.
At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this.
Please proceed with your testimony.
Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to.
Let me see. Yes, that would be it. Detective Goodman.
What's the matter?
According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here.
So it is, Your Honor.
Not that prosecutor again. Hey, maybe he's behind all this. Being a prosecutor, you kind of... Mommy, is that man Blue a murderer? Shh, don't stare at him. You got the wrong color, kid.
It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today.
I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. It must be so difficult for him.
Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir, he didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked. Everything stems from contradiction. Let's point them out.
Mr. Wright, what do you think?
I'm confused.
What?
The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this.
You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got. So, this is for you. You look at your things.
But which one do I have to use?
I will say, as your little hint, there can be more than one option.
Oh
Or
boy.
which statement?
My favorite. Now look at this. Oh, cool. That one?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir! I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene.
That makes sense.
When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office.
And your ellipses.
Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card.
A lost item report. It's only half completed.
But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report.
Oh, that's not it. Let me guess, you believe this something to be his ID card, right?
I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card.
Order, order. So now, what does this all mean?
It can only
Complaint
mean
plus you.
one thing. It doesn't require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card.
Order, order, order. Does the prosecution have a response?
I have only one thing to say to the defense.
Hmm?
Bravo, Mr. Wright.
Bravo.
Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 on the day of the crime, the man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim had lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
Yes. What's he up to?
That being said, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. The victim in this video is a fake. Then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instance of the murder.
That is, well, I guess that's right.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content pointing your finger around, or to be pointing your finger around.
This isn't good.
Well, well, it seems you finally realized exactly on what you've gone to such lengths to prove.
Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth.
The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means the murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime.
So
So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The murder being Ms. Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon.
Ah! I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning.
the activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did the person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman.
Just so, Your Honor. So right, you have to do something or else Lana...
What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Oh, gosh darn it. Object! One moment, Your Honor.
Sorry. What now, Mr. Wright? I see how much is left. Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven.
Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap.
What are you talking about? This is my Red Eyes Black Dragon.
This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Yep. There's Meekins on the ground there. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter.
Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
if this court were to examine this further, only other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared?
Sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident.
This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand.
Oh boy. Mr. Wright, do you mean?
Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness.
Oh, whom do you have in mind?
Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room.
Prosecution requests to hear this person's name.
Is that whose ID number is? All the sevens? Oh, that would... Okay. Maybe. Possibly.
Before deciding whether or not to comply.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify, what is his or her name?
I'll see Kenzie's profile here.
This one, right?
No.
Can we hit Bruce Good?
Oh my god. Oh, it's the Blue Badger.
Oh, he's not on here though. Officer Jake Marshall.
Why him?
I can't let him know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say.
Prosecution agrees to the defense's request.
Oh, I do want to call the parrot back. Oh.
Yeah, skip Polly. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is supponated. Supponed, I think is. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time?
We will, Your Honor.
Court is in recess.
Yay! First part of the trial done!
February 24th, 11:32 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2.
There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What? What do you mean?
You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out.
I haven't figured out anything out.
Lana. You're the one who does everything. Come on. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Putting her on the spot.
No.
Oh.
I'm not interrupting anything, pals! Classic show. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Oh.
Oh, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Like how he just phases in and out.
You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. On top of that, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, detective. Better be, pal. Hey. Hey, 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 hey! I didn't see you there, Miss Sky. It's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh. Oh, 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 oh. You mean this, right? My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name?
Why? Oh, it's you. Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Can I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy.
The SL9 incident?
But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. Can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case.
Miss Sky was a witness? Received file of SL9 incident files. I thought it said pile for a second.
Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I've brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me?
Emma, but why? Why is your name in here too?
What? My name's in there? I don't know, unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that... That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. Joe Dark. No. No, Lana. It's over with. No.
Oh, well, wait. Oh, she ran away. She gone.
You know what? I just remembered I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here.
Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence.
Knowing you, you might just be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
I'd better take a good look at this file. So we got what? 2 technical trials and then a look around the world one more time?
We have one more trial, which is a fairly lengthy one. And then we have an investigation and the finale.
Okay. Gosh, this just goes on.
It's a DLC. I wouldn't do it now because it's lengthy. Like, it's super lengthy.
Okay. Alright, well, I guess we'll call. It's been 2 hours, 45 minutes of streaming, so I think that satisfies the requirement.